think they're among the most recognizable politicians in the state.
The Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor show every intention of wanting the top elected post in North Carolina. Well, a new poll shows they've got a lot of work to do because most voters don't know who they are. Since he was first elected North Carolina Attorney General in 2017, Democrat Josh Stein has been a consistent, almost weekly presence on TV.
Bring about real change in North Carolina.
He's used television, newspapers, and social media to promote his work on everything from the opioid crisis to clean water.
These freedoms are under attack.
In his first term, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson has a stage that goes from the pulpit to some of the most high-profile conservative events in the country.
Thank y'all so much. We appreciate it. It's good to be back.
His message often includes social issues like gay marriage and abortion. Even with all that, neither are household names.
That's one of the things, I guess, about a gubernatorial or a U.S. Senate. A lot of actions trying to raise the profile, and we'll go through a primary as well.
How much work and money will that take? A new High Point University poll finds 57% of North Carolinians don't know who Mark Robinson is, and 58% don't know who Josh Stein is. Their current elected titles were left off of the question so as not to give a hint as to who they are. Poll director Martin Kiefer says lack of recognition can work both ways.
I mean, that's one of the things about not being defined relatively early is that there is a lot of chance to shape perceptions. That may be space in which people can create their own positive impressions, but it also gives the opposition a chance to define them.
He also says when it comes to state politics, people tend to pay attention to the person who is leading the state, in this case, Governor Roy Cooper, more than they do anyone else. But that will likely change as the election heats up.
One of the things that's going to happen just in general is that voters, especially likely voters, are going to pay attention. They know there's going to be a presidential race coming up. They know that there's going to be a governor's race coming up. And they'll start paying attention to the people, the personalities, people, if they're partisans, they'll start paying attention to who their team is putting on the ballot.
So are you surprised?
A little bit. But we're also in news, and we're always around it.
That's right.
But even, I have a 13-year-old, but she would know who they are, but that's because I work in news.
You work in news. And
I don't know if the average would.
I think, if you work in politics or you're really a political geek or you work in media, sometimes we live in a vacuum and we just think everyone knows what we know, but not necessarily everybody's paying attention.
That's really interesting.
A lot of work to do ahead. Now, there was also in that poll an approval rating for Governor Cooper. It came out at 47%. That's pretty high, way high compared to President Biden. You can find all those results at CBS17.com.
Very good, Russ. Thank you.